Hi guys, follow me on Instagram to never ever miss any of my crazy updates. Alright, we're all set to go, which means turning off the stop start system. The car turns on right now, getting into drive mode, but getting into sport mode. Here we are into sport mode, and in sport mode I'll go to sport plus straight away. Yeah, it has standard, plus and individual modes, and the gear lever left because we are into sport. For the gear lever as well, traction control in sport, so dynamic traction control, and then we keep it pressed once again to turn it off completely. And now DSC off. You can see the X4 is spinning all over the place there. Air conditioning off. Yeah, air conditioning off. Wipers on auto, and left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, revving the motor, and off we go. Launch control kicks in no time, and oh my god, this motor is absolutely mind-boggling in the way it accelerates. It's supremely stunning. In fact, the acceleration is so brisk that, trust me, when you accelerate hard and fast, everything which is there in the center console, including this bear, they all fly back and reach the boot because it just pushes you back into the seat. For the most part, I think someone who's sitting behind is like pulling me, like come back, and smash yourself into the seat. That is the level of performance from this 3-liter motor. The diesel motor is a straight 6, and it produces 265 horsepower and 620 newton meters of torque between 2000 to 2500 rpm, and the thrust from this motor is so massive that it accelerates very briskly and puts a massive smile on your face. Yes, there's some amount of low end lag, but the mid-range is supremely stunning. It has an absolute fab mid-range, and the top end is also decent. In fact, it revs all the way to 5000 rpm, and when you actually take control of things using the manual mode, right now I've taken manual mode, and the thing is that you can obviously take control of the gears with the pedals as well. So here now, when I've downshifted, it will rev all the way to 5500 rpm. It will not upshift unless and until I do so, giving you control of the gearbox, which is so fab. I love the fact that you can obviously manually take control of things, because then you can decide which gear you want to be in any given time. But obviously that only works with upshift, not with downshift as such. Now it has launch control, and off it goes. Really brutal. The acceleration puts a massive smile on your face. This motor, oh my god, it's there in so many BMW cars, but in the X4 it feels the most refined. It is extremely smooth, extremely punchy, and puts a big smile on your face. It obviously gets vocal once you get past 3000 rpm, but for the most part it is just so smooth, refined, and really puts a massive smile on your face due to its punchy performance. It's very frugal too. Should return a mileage between 12 to 14 kilometers per liter if you drive it sanely. And talking about sanely, there is an Eco Pro mode as well. There's so many modes right now, driving modes in a BMW car, because obviously there's Eco Pro, which can be configured, and then there's Comfort, which again can be configured to Plus mode. There is Comfort and Comfort Plus, or Comfort Standard and Comfort Plus, and then of course with the Sport mode as well, you can individually configure stuff. There are a lot of parameters which change inside this car, right from the engine and the gearbox, as well as the steering wheel and even the gearbox for that matter. But there's another change which happens, which is not spoken about, which is the way the power is delivered. Now this is obviously an xDrive. Power is channeled to all the wheels. In Eco Pro, it's more front centric power. In sport mode, it's more rear centric power, and obviously when it's more rear centric power, it's more sporty to drive, and the body roll is very well contained. It puts a massive smile on your face through the corners. The only fly in this beautifully sexy and dynamic ointment happens to be the steering wheel, which kind of feels artificial at higher speeds. But that said, making an overtake on the highway is so simple. Dab the accelerator pedal. The gearbox, this 8-speed torque converter gearbox, is super quick with shifts. I will never ever even think of doing a manual mode here, because the gearbox is just faster than my capabilities, and anytime you want to shift, it gives you a downshift in a flash, it gives you upshift in a flash. It's supremely fast. It runs with a 68-liter fuel tank, which gives it a decent range. In fact, on full tank, the range is above 750 kilometers, again, which is fab. The car is obviously very stiff, but with traction control completely off and the range, wet roads, loss of traction is expected, but not in the X4. It feels so glued to the road. You cannot feel anything at all. That is the level of dynamism in this vehicle. That is the level of grip on offer, and that is the sure-footedness of this vehicle. Okay, it looks beautiful, this ambient lighting, doesn't it? And you can configure that as well. What acceleration, what acceleration, what an engine. BMW, you are the masters of 6-cylinder diesels. This one engine in all your cars is just such a combination. Mind-boggling, mind-boggling, mind-boggling. And this 8-speed torque converter gearbox, what, super fast with shifts. Again, mind-boggling performance, absolutely stunning. Yes, the ride quality isn't that great because the car feels very stiff, and with low profile tires it really doesn't do well over bad roads. So yes, look now, rumble strips, yeah, you can feel a bit of that. On smooth roads it's fab, it really stays glued to the road, goes arrow straight, but as soon as you hit a bad patch of road it can be felt inside the cabin. But BMW is the master of making great handling cars. I don't know why they messed up with the steering of this vehicle. It does weigh 1800 kgs, which might feel a lot, but somehow doesn't feel its weight at all. That is the level of dynamic performance on offer. Absolutely mind-boggling, stunning the X4 is. You know why? Because the X3 is not available with this powertrain option, which happens to be the xDrive30d, which makes it one of the major reasons to opt for the X4 over the X3. I know practicality goes for a toss because of the sloping roofline, which actually robs away space both in the rear seat as well as in the boot, and some might find the design to be obnoxious at the rear, but for me it does look very different and actually nice as well. Launch control active, it doesn't show any signs of loss in traction. And you know, the wipers increase the speed, automatic wipers work brilliantly well. You can see this sport displays, get on the throttle, it shows you how much power and torque is being consumed in real time as well. Such a brilliant car. Now it's not the most capable off-road, although the xDrive system is beautifully calibrated, but you know, the ground clearance can be an issue, especially on these low profile tires. You don't want to risk it off-road. Now this car is available in 3 engine options, so it actually makes it 3 variants because all the engine options are available with the M Sport trim. The base happens to be the xDrive30d, the 2-liter diesel with 4 cylinders. That one is priced at 73.3 lakhs on road Mumbai. And then is the xDrive30i, which happens to be the petrol engine on offer, which is priced at 75.5 lakhs on road Mumbai. And this car, the top of the line xDrive30d, again an M Sport, is priced at 79.9 lakhs again on road Mumbai. Yes, for this price you get a stunning looking SUV, or rather sports activity coupe, along with great performance, stellar handling, yeah, minus the steering, and of course a lot of desirability as well. I love BMWs, and now I realize how come they've been absolutely nailing it with their SUVs as well, right from the X1, the X3, the X4, the X5 and the X7, which I just can't wait to drive. So guys, this is my review of the BMW X4, a fab vehicle. Even the brakes are so strong, really sure-footed brakes, really great acceleration, good punch. What an engine. If I could take this home, I would take the engine home for sure. In fact, the acceleration is so freaking awesome that it goes from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 6 seconds, 6.1 seconds to be precise. I don't know why globally it goes from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 5.8 seconds. Maybe it has to do with some timing data or something, but you know, it is just so quick. Top speed, well, 250 kilometers per hour. It has been limited to 250 kilometers per hour. I'm sure it can do even further than that, and in-gear acceleration is so brisk. So guys, this is my review of the BMW X4. If you liked it, you know what you have to do. Give it a thumbs up, that's the like button, and also subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys in the next video real soon. Bye bye.